A very good afternoon, everyone. It is giving an immense pleasure to welcome you all for the fifth week Advanced Technology Stream and 34th day of webinar marathon organized by Department of Computer Applications, Dwarakadas Govardhandas Vaishnav College. On behalf of our department, I welcome our beloved secretary, Sri Ashok Kumar Mundraji, our principal, Dr. A. Santosh Babu, and our advisor and head, Dr. T. Velmurugan, and thanking them for their immense support to conduct this webinar. Last but not the least, I also welcome our active participants. Now I welcome Ms. K. Ramya to deliver a brief introduction about our resource person.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all present here. It is my pleasure to welcome you all the participants for the week 5 34th day. Herewith, I proceed the brief introduction of our resource person, Dr. J. Sumithra Devi, ma'am. Dr. J. Sumithra Devi is currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Applications Shift 2 in Margariores College of Arts and Science from 2018. She has worked as an assistant professor, Department of Computer Science and Computer Application at Annai Violet Arts and Science College, Tahur Arts and Science College, Sri Krishnaswamy College for Women. She has attended various workshops and webinars. She has published papers in various international journals on privacy preservation in association rule mining, and study on privacy preservation association rule mining, and fast and secure association rule mining on distributed databases using FDM and RSA algorithm. Then maintaining security in distributed association rule mining process using EPICS, curve cryptography, and key exchange concept. Also, she has published paper in various national conferences on secure association rule mining on large volume of data in untrusted environment, privacy preservation association rule mining on large volume of data, and comparative analysis of various algorithms in ARM. With this small introductory part, I hand over the session to Dr. J. Sumithra Devi, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank the respected Secretary, Principal, Dr. Velmurugan sir, Advisor and Head, Dr. Lata ma'am, and other faculty members from the Department of Computer Application, Dwarka Das, Govardhan Das, Vaishnav College for giving me this opportunity. A warm good evening to one and all present here. And today's my topic is about data mining. The slide what you see on the screen will invoke you with a glimpse of past 2 years of experience. During this pandemic, each one of us, in a way or the other, we would have been influenced by the data we see daily in the social media. These slides, in a condition, helped us that it is not the money which had the higher priority. It was the data which we received at the right time from the right source. So, why data mining? Though the word data mining started buzzing in the early 1990s, the pandemic situation has made each one of us to revolve around the data in all our day-to-day activities. The corporate companies have started to keep up their technological evolution and the digital trends to stay ahead of all the competitions in business, not only in business. Today's world is prioritizing of staying ahead of all the new developments in the field of data mining. So what's use in knowing about data mining? A research in 2017 reveals that 90% of the world's data is from the year 2014, after the year 2014, and its volume doubles every 1.2 years. Data mining professionals all around the world, they work with the databases to evaluate the information, analyze it, discard the unnecessary and repeated information and make it use as a reliable resource. Data search, analysis, and management are the key markets with enormous employment opportunities. Job opportunities from data mining. It is the basic source which diverts into its branches into machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, and IoT. Data engineers, data analysts, data scientists, data developers. These are the job opportunities from data mining scenario. Even the HR personals, they recruit the right person through the data mining tools. Not only the HR professionals, but the job seekers. They store their data, they register their details in the different job profiles, enroll themselves, and find suitable jobs in the market. Applications of data mining. Data mining applications spread over a variety of genres. Only a few to name here: healthcare, fraud detection, CRM, customer relationship management, manufacturing engineering, financial banking, education, lie detection, market basket analysis. In the top, to start with, healthcare. Not only before the pandemic, even after the pandemic, healthcare tops the list of applications. These data mining techniques helps the doctors support them to find the predictive analysis of the treatment of disease and the betterment of the patients. Fraud detection. Fake data entries can be encountered using the mining techniques. Customer relationship management, one of the fast moving scope of job opportunities. All the information, each and every small information of the customer is stored in a database, and it is being manipulated to the betterment of their organization. Manufacturing industry. Manufacturing raw materials, product analysis, quality analysis are done using data mining. Education. In the field of education, the basic things in order to progress the student study, and the reason why there are dropouts, the course in which the students enroll can be extracted with a data mining. Banking and finance both interconnectedly have a high priority for data. The data should be of reliable, and for example, the all the transactions are made through the banking and the loan process categories. So much of data has been involved. Lie detection. This particular lie detection, we can extract predictive analysis of data and find out whether the investigation is going on in a right way. Market basket analysis. This is one sector of association rule mining where we find out frequent patterns of customers' interest in buying products. For example, if people they go to market to buy a pack of bread, it is automatically they get a pack of butter or jam with them. So the relationship of products can be extracted and analyzed. These are the few applications to name some, and some other applications are financial analysis. As I said earlier, finance and banking they rely on high quality of data. Not only in the transaction of amount, even the data plays a very vital role in predicting the loan payments, determining the credit ratings of the bank as well as the uh, payment sector. Telecommunication industries expanding and growing at a fast pace, especially with the internet network of systems have been in use. Different telecommunication corporate companies come forward with different schemes in order to attract the users. So data has to be maintained in a reliable form. Intrusion detection. Globally, each and every one of us, we are connected. All our confidential data has been in the network in some way or the other. So there has to be a strong security prospectus, and even the data has to be confidentially safe, and the threats can be checked with the help of intrusion detection. Retail industry. The retail marketing sector holds a very large, and especially the e-commerce genre of getting things on online makes all the details of the, not only about the products, about the sale, purchasing history, delivery of goods, consumption, and the customer service are made through online. Energy industry in uses data mining in predicting the power consumption and the price of electricity. Say for example, I have taken electricity. So energy uses much of data to get it online, everything through online. Spatial data mining. The geographical information system, which is a new trend, which also includes the extraction of environmental astronomical data, which includes the images which we get through the satellites. Even they spatial data mining reveals aspects like topology, distance, network. Biological data analysis. These biological data analysis have a very good uh, scenario in the data field, in data informatics, genomics, and even in the biomedical research. Through this biological data analysis, we get through different patterns of identifying the best treatment and therapies for the patient illness. Other scientific applications include chemical engineering, fluid dynamics, climate and ecosystem modeling. So the role of data mining in CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It is an integral part of every business database where all the information of the customers, starting from their personal details, mobile number, email ID, address, all the details are stored in a format, and it is a combination of strategies and practices that allows the company to manage these databases, interact with the customer, and get through a customer life cycle. The main purpose of CRM is to establish a relationship with the customers and the other individuals. And these practices ensure that there is a best relation between the customers and the team of business people, so that right information is transferred at the right time. Benefits of CRM. These CRM helps to forecast sales, to segment the market. Segmentation involves the time and the genre and in which the product has been assigned. We can do quick and smart business decisions depending on the data available. Fraud detection is one of the important thing which has to be dealt in right time, so that other data cannot be manipulated. Increase in customer loyalty. All the business people have a readily achievable increase in the customer loyalty, so that they maintain their customers. Nevertheless, the competition is very high. Predict numbers for warranty claims. And I think now you are very much ready to know what is data mining. Data mining is a process of uncovering patterns and other valuable information from large data sets. It is also known as knowledge discovery in data. In simpler words, it is a process used to extract useful information from a larger set of any raw data. So, why do you choose a data mining? And in choosing a data mining, what are the factors involved in it? The choice of data mining matters a lot when it comes to an application oriented. So, there are few factors listed below in selecting a data mining system. First one is the type of data. What type of data is being used, which format it is being saved has to be taken into account. Type of source, from where the data is being taken, whether the data relies on any other database, so that has to be considered. System issues, whatever the data type or the data source, we have to make sure that the operating system what we use is capable of holding those data. Choosing the right methodology, even the data what we have selected for the application is right, but there is a very high task in choosing the right methodology. The next one is database. Database has different scenarios in it, whether it might be a tightly coupled data or without coupling or with loose coupled data. So database has to be maintained accordingly. Scalability. Scalability in the sense the data might be varies in the form of number of rows, or the size may get varies. So the data mining system has to take care of the size and the rows in which, whether it is heterogeneous or homogeneous, it has to be taken care. Visualization, visualization tools. The data what we present as a visual format should be very much clear, so that the other forthcoming operations can be done effectively. User interface, at the last it should be a user friendly. Without an user friendly data mining system, it is very tough to have a complex system. So the trends in data mining, standardization of query language. All the data mining applications involves different databases. So there should be a standard query language system to handle all the databases. Visual data mining includes all the visual representation of data, so that the information will be transferred in a positive and correct sense. Research analysis. Data has been taken into a research process, so that still more data can be extracted and analyzed, more useful data can be extracted and analyzed from it. Web mining, we use so many web content, and so when we use web content there should be a mining strategy so that the details are extracted correctly. Multi-database and distributed data mining, not one, it's not one database we'll be using so many databases which are interrelated to each other. So these are interrelated databases which gives more information. Privacy protection and information security. However, the database is large enough, it is an important duty to secure our information and to maintain its creditability. So, privacy preservation and privacy protection is more important. Multimedia data mining. Multimedia in the sense you get data in the form of a text, not only in the form of a text, we get audio, video, uh, data. So that has to be streamlined. Time series and sequence mining. We used to mine the data in a series of time, or else in a sequence of time gap between the different mining. So that time series and sequence mining has been trending. So, data mining is best used to clean the data of noise and repetition. Cleaning data cleansing means removing of unnecessary data which is not useful for your current application, or repeated data can be extracted, removed. Extract the relevant information and use it to evaluate positive results. We get so much of data and we must be strong enough to check which data is important to our modeling, data modeling, which is relevant. So we have to extract that and use it to evaluate to bring the positive results. Make better and faster decisions. Without using these data mines, our decisions may be a little far good, so that we use data mining to get better and faster decisions. So, how data mining works? Before we start working on a data mining, first thing we have to set a goal for what we mine a data. We have to define a goal. This goal depends on the organization what where we work. So when you take up a project, we have to define what goal, what is a goal to be reached. Gather the data sets required to reach the goal. We might get some additional data. Since we should not make the use of all the data. We have to gather the data in such a way that we have to group it in such a way that it is easy for us to reach the goal. Cleanse the data set. Cleansing, as I said earlier, it is removing unnecessary noise or unused data or repeated data. So once when we cleanse the data set, we will be getting a clear picture of what what and where the data can be used effectively. Analyze the data. Analyze in the sense, using the techniques, we have to check whether this data is apt for this application. So analyzing data set plays a very vital role in building a data model. So once we analyze the data and we stick on to the goal, we can build a data model. Validate the results. Validation with different data sets, we can validate the model what we had created. Once we get all the correct results for the different database we have appeared, then implementation of the model will be easier. So data mining techniques. Data mining techniques, mostly it is used for predicting the trends or aid in finding the data anomalies. So different models are here. First one is descriptive model. Descriptive analysis finds patterns and relations which are present in the current data. With the available data, we can derive or extract the patterns and relationship between the data. Predictive model. With the data available, we can predict the future outcomes. Outlier analysis. These outlier analyses are used to find the anomalies. That is, data that does not fit neatly into the patterns. We would have been deriving or extracting few frequent patterns, but the data which is odd one out, so that has to be detected separately. Mostly, the outlier analysis is especially used in fraud detection or network intrusion detection and in criminal investigations. Data mining techniques. Data mining techniques are regression, choice modeling, association, clustering, classification, anomaly detection, and neural networks, to name some. So, data mining, the first one is classification. In classification, we have to categorize the data according to their qualities, or we can have general criteria to classify the data. For example, a loan applicant, if someone is applying for a loan, he can be classified as a low or medium or high risk category person, depending on his previous loans, whatever he had taken. Clustering. It groups some data. Okay? It identifies a group of similar data. For example, to find the customer with similar buying habits, consumption habits can be kept tracked using clustering. Anomaly detection. Anomaly, as I said, few data might be an odd one out. Usually, we will say some medical anomaly, a rare case. Okay, so a form of classification which uses machine learning to detect the data that does not fit into a class. It is mostly used to find the fraudulent credit card charges. Say, for example, choice modeling. Here, the choice modeling is the choice of an individual taken. Okay, whether it is, for example, the choice to go to a place by a car or public transport. It is a choice of that particular individual. Association. Association is how it is being related. Okay, it is the probability of multiple events occurring together. For example, as market basket analysis, when you go for a market to buy a product, whenever you buy a product, whenever you buy product A, it is product B and C. If you are buying, you have a relation between product A and B. Regression. Regression is using a data set where the values are known and attempt to predict the value based on multiple attributes. Say, for example, the sales can be predicted on the advertising dollars, months, and websites what we visit. Neural networks. form of artificial intelligence which mimics the human brain to find the relationship in data, that is predicting a customer behavior. Okay, rule induction. Say for example, if it is rule A is followed, then it satisfies a particular condition. Formal rules are extracted from observations. For example, if it is a morning hour or peak hour, we would say that the traffic would be heavy. So if it is before between 8 to 10, we would say the traffic would be heavy. Or else if it is 11 to 1, we might say the traffic will be very less. Okay. So rule induction. The next topic is data mining tools. There are various data mining tools available as an open source licensed, and few to name here are Rapid Miner. Rapid Miner is an open source data mining tool, which is not only fast but also it helps in increasing delivery system. Not only in the increasing delivery system, it also reduces the possibility of error during the transaction. Rapid Miner has three types: Safe, Rapid Miner Studio, Rapid Miner Server, and Rapid Miner Radu. Rapid Miner Studio, it is for data flow validation of data, and Rapid Miner Server, it is mostly used in predictive analysis, and Rapid Miner Hadoop, it is a simplification of predictive analysis, and moreover it is very much fast in executing the data, mining the data, and it is written in Java language. The next one is Orange. It is also a free open source tool which is available, and this Orange is very much helpful in uh, having a widgets. It is fast and easy to transfer the data. Vega tools. Vega, it is developed by the University of Vekandu, and it has more GUI interface so that it is very much easy to access the data, and even it supports the SQL concept so that through queries you can get the data. Nine, it is developed by Nine Corporation, and all the predictive analysis has been done, especially in pharmaceutical research or business specialist. Nine was very much suited. See, since it is rather than the other like other data mining tools, it is not a free software tool. It is a licensed one, and we have to purchase. And it is very and regardless of the size of the organization, whether it might be a large or a small one, Science is used in most of the leading companies, and it is very much helpful in depicting formatted data in the form of visual charts. Okay. Apache Mahout, it is developed from the Apache company and corporation, and it is again it is predictive analysis has been much done in from it. SSDT, SQL Server data tools, and this SSDT, as it supports SQL to a large extent, query general standardized query is used to mine the data. Rattle, this particular open source, free open source mining tools is developed in R language, and the next one is data melt, or it is popularly called dmelt, and it is very much useful for the students in depicting visualized data results. Teradata. Teradata is again an open source data mining tools which is used in the mining strategy. And Dundas, it is also an open source tool which is very much easy in depicting the validation as well as the design of a data structure. The next one is challenges with data mining. Even though we have so much of advantages and applications, there are few challenges to be faced. First one is excess data. So as the data is being growing day by day, excess data makes the process of data mining a little tedious. So first, as the data is excess, we have to be very careful in mining the data. Second, privacy and security concern. Since all our data is been online, it is very easy for the hackers or intruders to check out the data. So privacy has to be preserved, and even there are security concerns whenever we have a transaction in data. Possibility of losing our confidential data is there, so we have to be very much secure with the data mining. Data training set, the data training is in the sense we have to take care of what type of data is being used and how it has been transacted. Accuracy of data set, all the data we have is not safe and correct data. There are so many fake data available, data sets available. So whenever we process data mining, accuracy has to be checked and further processing has to be done. The next one is noise in the data set. As I said, data has to be cleansed before data mining. All the unnecessary data or repeated data is more than the actual data available. So these are the possible challenges we face with data mining. And for the students who process with the projects, the suggestions on data mining projects, there are fake news. As I said, so many data are available. The challenges what we saw earlier, all these are drawbacks, and so we can still make use of the data mining projects to retrieve and to have a very good database. So fake news detection, we have to check for the fake news. These are the suggestions on projects. If someone is willing to move on with the projects, there are, these are the few suggestions. So much of fake data available or fault detection is available, so that has to be detected and removed. So the second one is detecting phishing website. Phishing, where your data will be stolen. Okay, so and moreover, when you give database in uh, our personal database in a website for any e-com commercial purpose, all those data will be anonymously transferred to some other websites, which so that there are possibility of misusing the data. So detecting phishing website. House price detection, so many websites available to check for low home loans or so many things. So house price detection, prediction, diabetics prediction. So in the field of healthcare, diabetic prediction, possible diabetic prediction projects are not only just diabetics, so many health related projects are there to pursue. Credit card fraud detection, mostly in either of the way we use either debit card or credit card. This online transaction or card based transaction always have a possibility of fraud detection in it. The next one is power generation system. The power generation system, for example, in case of electric power, power here denotes any one of the power. So we should have a keep track of how much power is required and what is the use and how it is being utilized by each and every one of us. Further need for the power, so many things can be checked as a project. In addition to that, there are few other projects. Um, Interesting behavioral constraint minor. So the behavior of the customer can be predicted with the data available. Group event recommendation framework. Whenever you just open your social media, there is a recommendation. Always there is a recommendation and invoke us to move to that recommendation. So group event in the sense they would have a possibility of listing events in and around you. So either from your place or work in your residential place or a workplace. Here it might be a group event, might be a exhibition or concert or say for example events subjected to your profile can be recommended. So that particular framework, group event recommendation framework, can be a very good project for a beginner to use all these things. Efficient similarity search for dynamic data streams. Similarity search, whenever we search for, say, for example, during the research, we search for a plagiarism check. Okay, even that is also a similarity check with the data available. Okay, so there are biometric similarity checks are available. So many websites are there available to check for the similarity. So that could be made as a project. Frequent pattern mining on uncertain graphs. There are few anomalies. There are few date graphs or data which is not certain. It is an abnormality or a negative. We can also mine a negative results pattern, so that could be extracted from all the database. Cleaning data with forbidden item sets. Cleaning, as I said, cleansing the data with the item sets which have been left out, even that can be taken into account and removed, and noise or unwanted data can be removed out of it. Protecting user data in match profiles, social medias. And we get to see so much of matrimonial websites where thousands and millions of data we project. We can come across so many details, so that has to be protected. So in a match profile, social networks, whenever even in the social media you get a list of friends, whoever it is, so that has to be protected. Practical PEK stands for privacy encryption key scheme over encrypted mail in cloud server. Whatever we send it as a cloud or it has to be in privacy preserved content. Okay, so intelligent transport system, as I said, if it is a traffic based thing, when we go, even when we move it in a Google map, we could see where the traffic is, and so much of information which has been stored. Not only the traffic, the route or transportation system or means of transport, and how much it costs for to reach a place. So many things. In addition to that, tour based system, you get to see some recommendations in where people they travel so much, and they so many details are available regarding to what is the possibility of people to come back, especially after this pandemic. You could see people, they after 2 years of lockdown they have started to come out, and how much ever the cost, and people have started to look into the tour map of places available. So these are the projects for beginners if they have interest in data mining. And to conclude, data mining is the first step to elaborate analytics process. As I said earlier, it is the starting step of data analytics. Then it can move to machine learning, or it combines data mining combines with other interior step, say machine learning or deep learning. And therefore getting it right is extreme importance, because once we start with the wrong data, the process might not be up to the expectations. So issues with the mined data can lead to faculty training, faulty training of machine learning models, which can result in inaccurate results. So whatever data we mine, we have to check whether it leads to an accurate, maximum possibly accurate results. And as a result, data mining is something that should be pursued with caution and care. And this is the reason why there is an increasing demand for data mining professionals all over the world. And there are few interesting facts to be delivered. So data is never always clean. Always the perfect data never exists. If anyhow, there will be a small percentage of unclean data, however you refine it. There is no full automated data available, and usually human intervention will be there. So fully automated data is nevertheless possible. More data does not always mean more accuracy. As the and this has to be make it into account that as data size increases, there is always a possibility of um, fake data or data noise is available. So more data does not always mean more accuracy. Data science is not meant only for large organizations. Usually we have a thought that these data mining or data science, it is for a very big multinational company. No, it is even for the small organization with one or two employees. Data maintaining a data is very very important. Almost 20% of the total technology budget is spent on data analytics by 73% of companies. Individuals create 70% of the online data, of which 80% is stored, managed, and analyzed by enterprises. So it is the individuals as you and me create those data in online, but the data what we create is mostly uh, used by the enterprises for their own business purpose. Over 75 billion IoT devices will be in use by 2025, a three-time increase over IoT enabled devices. And as I said, all these devices are in some way or the other connected through the data, and $15 million a year is a financial loss an organization would suffer due to poor quality of data. See, as we have big data, as we are moving towards big data, it is more responsible for the professionals to handle it properly, or else it may lead to a different scenario. If it is may not lead to a positive end. So $15 million a year is a financial loss an organization would suffer due to a poor quality of data. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
This was very informative session, ma'am. Our students will definitely get knowledge about what is data mining, why we are using data mining and its application. And you have also said about how to choose a data mining system, trends, how data mining works, its tools and techniques, challenges with data mining, suggestion and projects, and finally you have end up with the interesting facts. That was very interesting, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And now I call upon Miss L. Meena to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to thank our webinar resource person, Dr. J. Sumithra Devi, for enlightening us with her knowledge in data mining on behalf of BCA department. It was a very informative session, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. A special thanks to our respected secretary, Shri Ashok Kumar Mundraji, our principal, Captain Dr. S. Santosh Babu sir, and our advisor and head, Dr. T. Velmurugan sir, for encouraging us and supporting us to conduct 50 days webinar marathon. I must thank the organizing team to make the webinar successful. I must also thank the participants for their active participation throughout the webinar. Thank you all. Thank you once again. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you for the
I'll end the
opportunity.
broadcast, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.